Hey guys, welcome back. Happy Monday. Hopefully the stream is reaching you okay. Having a little bit of fun with the YouTube servers here. Actually had a glitch I've never had before on the beginning of the stream, but I think we're good now. Throw me a comment in the chat box if you guys don't mind. Let me know whether this is coming through. Hopefully none of you guys are getting pounded too badly with the crazy storms. I know Jay, you're on the East Coast. You're probably in the thick of it. Hope you're doing all right. Thankfully, the storm, I think, has avoided me. We have some cold weather, but yeah, nothing too crazy. Got a full lineup for you guys tonight. Hopefully we can get through it all. We'll see how things go. And I'm just going to wait for the chat to catch up. There is a little bit of delay. Excuse me. The YouTube servers and the delay are, yeah, it looks like we're actually pretty long tonight. Looks like we're probably 30 seconds or more. Whatever. That's all we got. Looks like Steven says all good here. Stream is good. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate that. And Morwick says it's great in Texas today. And I even got a message on our electric imp to let me know. I'm guessing that was probably Steven because he's the one who uses this more than anyone. This is the Nokia 5110 LCD. You can find the link down below. You can hit me messages on that in case I miss them in the chat. But we tend to overload that thing pretty heavily sometimes with these live broadcasts. But yeah, if I don't catch your message in the chat, guys, don't feel shy or just throw it in again. I am having a lot of trouble keeping up with the chat in the last broadcast. There's just simply a lot of messages, so odds are I might miss a bunch of them. Really glad you guys could join me tonight. I'm just going to catch up real quick. We've got some new faces here, guys. The Stirtown Vape Lounge. Hello, everyone. Hey, how's it going? And Adam says, hello, was signed into the wrong account. Hey, Adam, glad you could make it. Look like we got a bunch of people here. We'll see if I can get things sort of queued up here. I don't hear another phantom YouTube window for once. I think I managed to get the setup half decent today. I'm trying a little bit of different settings again tonight, guys. This PC is not the best for streaming. Definitely need to upgrade. So once in a while, I've noticed that the stream does glitch, and it's a buffering problem. No doubt it's on my end and not the feed or the YouTube side. So once in a while, it'll cut off my audio and like jump ahead a few seconds. So apologize for that in advance. And someone's sending free beer. Good stuff, guys. Oh, I want a quick look at the chat and see who's here. I like checking in to see who's here at the beginning of the cast. We've got quite a crew. Tick said all good. And Thurk's here. Hey, Thurk, good to see you. Juan David is here. Hey, Juan. Cheers, buddy. And David Watts is here, too. Thought I would stop by for half an hour before sleep takes me. Yeah, sorry, guys. I know it's late on your side of the world, but it's kind of the only balance I've got from European regions to the Atlantic coast of Canada and the U.S. Not so bad. I get to the West Coast and people are still working, so we maybe mod the times a little later. Glitch is here. He made it. Cool. And the imp's going off like crazy. Hacker nerds gone wild from Joseph. Hey, buddy. We're going to probably crash the imp again tonight. So last week, actually, you guys were able to overload the code to some degree, whereby the text was all shifted to the right of the display. And I'm not entirely sure how that happened because it was still working fine. There must be some kind of a buffer overrun. We managed to find it. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, why not? I'm not going to hurt anything. And it's not on my server, so what do I care? Anyway, Steven saying hey to people. Leroy's here. Hey, Leroy, good to see you again. Glitch said the 3D printer is running nicely again. Good stuff. Steven, just FYI, in case you didn't already notice, if anything goes sideways in the chat, you are named as a mod tonight. I don't think we'll have any problems with our cast, but I'm gonna see if I can get some stuff set up here, guys. While I'm doing the share, sometimes I miss stuff in the cast, but I'll try and catch up as best I can with comments, guys. As usual, comments are encouraged and welcome. Lots of people saying hi. The imp's going nuts, just random exclamation points and stuff. So, yeah, not much free tacos. Yeah, tacos in Texas, guys. Pretty sure I know who that was. All right, guys, let's see if I can get this set up. All right. So as usual, we'll do viewer questions throughout. If I miss them, please post them again. Or actually, there's a lot of people in the chat, a lot of makers and tech people. Odds are you're probably going to get an answer before I even see it. We're going to do some tech news. We're going to do a bunch of stuff from the community. Probably way too much. We're going to shoot over on time tonight. But I'm going to try to keep it as short as I can. And you guys are already blowing up the imp. We'll do some stuff from the shop. And we'll do some sneak peeks of some upcoming things. And we'll also do a tech tip of the week. And that is about it. Beyond, we're going to do viewer calls. Later on, I'm going to try and open up the Skype lines. If you guys want to call in live voice, I can even do video if you like. And we'll see what everyone has to say. Actually, I'm just going to have to ignore the imp now because it's just being spammed. Oh, good stuff. Looks like Bitcoin is up. Morwick said, yeah, it certainly is. I even cover that coming up. Leroy said, glad to be back. Found a few free minutes to play around tonight. Good to see you again, Leroy. Leroy's been around since a long time ago on my channel. Solid supporter. Always had good things to say. Steven said, everyone in the chat is so cool that I don't need to do anything. Yeah, I kind of expect that, but you just never know. So I'd let you know that you do have that. And someone's posting arrows to beer. Guys, I did epic fail. Store-bought beer again. I have a really nice homebrew lager. It's in my my kegerator. You can well, there's a video on that, but it's pretty old and crappy. But the beer turned out awesome. What happened last night? I ran out of CO2. The beer was carbonated. It's at serving pressure, and it's out of CO2. So now it is officially decarbonating until I get to the store and get a new tank of CO2. So back to store-bought beer. Yeah, well, I'm glad to enjoy a pint with you guys. Really needed it today. It's been a long day, but it's been a good day. No complaints. So we got a lot of news recently, guys. If you missed it, there was live coverage today constantly, multiple different channels of this asteroid that did a near-Earth kind of miss. Wasn't that far off, the BL-86 asteroid. I think this thing was the size of about seven city blocks. It was a big asteroid, and it was visual range, so it was kind of a hot topic. Guys, this morning, if you saw it, there was they call it a low-flying drone crashed on White House grounds. Secret Service confirms. So somebody flew a quadcopter onto the White House grounds. Who didn't see this coming? They are going to wreck everything fun for RC. I can only imagine little mini surface-to-air missiles on the White House lawn for unintended quadcopters. I don't know what's going to happen going forward, guys, but we'll see. It was a funny news coverage. I'm sure we'll see this unfold. Guys, this was pretty crazy today. For anyone into aviation, and there's probably a few of you in here right now, today there was an SR-22, which is a Cirrus small aircraft. They're a light plane. Someone, as far as I know, was ferrying it from probably Asia. It was coming across to Hawaii anyway. Ran out of fuel, but before he ran out, he radioed into Coast Guard, let him know he's going to come up short and he's going to have to ditch. So I sent the Coast Guard out to catch this thing. And guys, this is one of the only planes I know of that actually has a ballistic powered parachute for the entire plane. It was an amazing advancement. I've always been an advocate of it. Not that I'm into selling planes, but I thought it was a brilliant idea for small aircraft. He got to use it. Check out the videos if you didn't see it. There's tons of news coverage. Every major news network has covered it today because they had full live video from the Coast Guard showing this thing as it deployed and as he splashed down. Splashed down nice and level. Got out of the plane. The only drawback, I think they should reinvestigate their parachute system so that it actually detaches because it flipped the plane upside down. But at the end of the day, the odds of this recovery method, and he just stepped out of the plane versus ditching at forward speed in a plane, no comparison. Kudos to Cirrus for coming out with this and designing their planes with it. Totally cool, and it was really nice to see it live and potentially save someone's life. And a cruise ship picked them up. It was pretty cool. Just going to catch up on a couple of chat things real quick here, guys. Not going to be able to keep up, but I'm just going to... Steven said, no homebrew, what is this world coming to? Yeah, epic fail. Gregor's here. Hey, Gregor, good to see you. Gregor's been around since the early cast. I'm not sure what broadcast number we're up to now, but a lot of the familiar faces. What do we got? Quadcopters are used to carry drugs over the Mexican border also. Yeah, they sure are. Saw that as well. David had a question. Solid state versus standard coil relays. What's your preference recommendation for MCU controlling mains? If you're controlling mains, I definitely go solid state. No real good reason because I have them. There's nothing wrong with a relay to run it controlling mains either. I guess it depends on the application and whether you need to switch it. If you need to do like high frequency, solid state is the way to go. But if it's strictly on and off, small cycle counts, nothing wrong with a basic relay. They cost next to nothing. I can go either way, David. Steven said that Cirrus system could end up saving lives both in the AC and on the ground. Absolutely. It's that's why I shared it with you guys. I was totally tickled to see that ballistic parachute work incredibly well. That plane, it did not hit the ocean hard at all. You can see, I'm sure there was a jolt, but it's nothing compared to ditching in the Pacific Ocean. And I don't know what those swells were, but they're not small. Pretty cool. I think we're good. I'm just going to carry on, guys. I've got a lot of content tonight, so I'm going to try and spin through it here. We'll catch up with chat at the end. Bitcoin prices spike after the news of first regulated U.S. Bitcoin exchange. This made me smile, guys. I've been a Bitcoin supporter for a long time. I haven't mentioned it much on the channel. I've owned Bitcoin for a long time. Just as a basically toy investment, more or less, because I believe in it for microtransactions downrange. My personal prediction was that these exchanges would come. Merchants have already accepted Bitcoin, a lot of them now, and an exchange just legitimizes its space in the world. Whether or not they succeed, we'll see. But what it did spike up the current price of a Bitcoin with good reason. People restore the faith, and it hasn't gone much. It's not above what it used to be recently, but it brought it back out of a lower number. So we'll see where this goes. Pretty exciting stuff. Lots more info on Bitcoin. We can talk about that all night, and it always sends everybody into a tizzy. This one I found funny. Newsy Tech reported on the Mario is now self-aware. What could go wrong? So one of the developers actually of AI, of artificial intelligence, decided to pre-program their system to be able to play Mario, play itself. I thought it pretty cool. He's still confined to a 2D world, so let's hope it stays that way. But the game is it's not self-aware yet. I don't think the Skynet has come, but I thought it was pretty cool. Not only can they beat us at Jeopardy and chess, but now Mario. Guys, this one, I know there's a couple of Canucks that watch this show. If you watch Dragon's Den, it's mainly a Canadian show. The U.S. has Shark Tank. They have our Canadian Kevin O'Leary, I think, on that still. There's a new guy called, his name is Michael Weckerly, and he's a bit of a cowboy, and not my favorite person out there, but what he's up to lately just made me really happy. You guys are all familiar with BlackBerry. BlackBerry is based out of Kitchener-Waterloo, Ontario, and has taken a downturn, as most kind of anticipated it would. Put up a whole bunch of buildings for sale. Michael has decided to turn it into an innovation lab, and I don't know how many of the buildings he bought right across from the college campus, but the intent is to turn it into a tech hub for Ontario, Canada. Totally cool to see more big investors. This is big money, guys. We're talking in the B's instead of the millions, and we'll see what he does with it. We'll see if we can get some new tech innovation coming out of Canada. Pretty cool. Guys, this is a big news at CES and stuff this week. The HoloLens from Microsoft. This is an augmented reality headset. Not like what we have for our FPV that are just a view a screen. It's an augmented reality. So there's a forward-facing camera that will overlay the screen on what the forward-facing camera can see, basically turning your environment into whatever you want it to be. If you want to be immersed in a game but still in your room, you can. If you want to interact with it and do what the heck was that movie, Minority Report or something, move things around, interact, use the wall as a screen. Pretty cool stuff. I'm really excited about it. I wish them best of luck. We'll see what the pricing comes out like downrange. Guys, if you don't follow just plain NASA on YouTube, they put out a lot of videos, but each week they put out one this week at NASA, and this week on the STEM project, or the STEM video, they are approaching on the Ceres dwarf planet. I didn't even know this thing existed. I'd never really heard of it, and they're creeping up on this dwarf planet now, and there's going to be some coverage. Apparently, it's between Mars and Jupiter. Didn't know it was there. Thought it was pretty cool coverage. We'll see what they come up with soon. This one, I think it was yesterday. So Malaysia Airlines was the victim of a cyber attack of sorts, and it's all over the news now. I don't know the extent of the coverage, but basically their website was hacked, and it was replaced with images like this: 404 plane not found. And I have to giggle a little bit. Malaysia Air definitely has a long road to go with their public relations. And in the title here, you can see ISIS involved. I have to shake my head because everyone loves bringing ISIS into everything. And admittedly, they did rename the tab. I don't know what you call that in the HTML or the scripting, but the tab of your web browser did display an ISIS message at one point, and they were changing their picture that whoever had left behind numerous times. But at the end of the day, when I see 404 plane not found, I have to assume that it's just probably one of the hacker groups targeted them, probably for lulz, and because 404 plane not found, that, yeah, for anybody who's been into the more nefarious side of things or follow any of that, odds are it's probably not an attack as our government or our media would have us believe. I'm guessing it was probably just somebody messing with it. 404 homebrew not found. Our leg can't be too bad here now, guys. I'm gonna just check out the chat real quick, make sure the feed's good. We haven't dropped a single frame according to our feed, so we must be doing all right. Jay said, I found out my uncle accepts Bitcoin at his work. Yeah, tons of people accepting Bitcoin. You'd be amazed at how far it's reached, because there's no need to have it centralized. There's no Visa, MasterCard. Nobody public has to be involved. You can accept Bitcoin all you want without paying anyone anything. So it's really hard to even gauge the reach. It's gone, other than if you actually know people that do, or see the sign on the front door or on the website. And Morwick said ice golfers in the house. He makes fun of hockey a lot. Ice golf. I had to laugh the first time I heard that. Steven said Windows 10 will also be free to all Windows 7 and 8.8, or 8 and 8.1 for 1 year. Yeah, that's pretty cool of them. That's a departure, eh, Steven? That I haven't seen Microsoft ever do that before. And Jay said title tab. Thanks, Jay. That's what it was. Thurk said, do you think I should buy an antenna for my SDR or make one? Well, it depends on what you're receiving. If you're going to do, for the most part, you can make one, but if you want crazy good results and don't want to be bothered to make one, I guess you can just buy one. Both of my main antennas are commercial. The Comet disc cone, for most of my receiving, I couldn't even make it for the price I bought it for. So yeah, whatever. Glitch said, I've seen at least 3 phishing attacks today on public accounts. Yeah, it's definitely active. And Bobby's here. Hey, Bobby. And I'm trying to catch up here, guys. I should move this screen over to that one so I'm not staring off camera on you. Leroy said, I have all of 0.13 cents of Bitcoins. Wahoo, I'm up since last night. Yeah, well, that's the nature of it. Don't look at the value now. Just either do whatever makes you happy. Bitcoin makes me happy just to take part. So, all right, guys, what else we got? Support. Let's pay some bills here, guys. Remember, a thumbs up down below really helps out these videos. A share helps out a huge amount. I didn't bother sharing this live cast out, so if anybody has a second, throw it out on Twitter or social media. I didn't get a chance to tell anyone we were coming. But yeah, that helps out the most. And if you really want to go wild, if you've got a Visa or MasterCard or PayPal, if you got a spare $1, you can sponsor my Patreon, become a patron down below. The link is below. I thank you to those who are supporting me already. It helps, guys. It's one of my backups just in case AdSense decides to dry up tomorrow. I like the format of Patreon. If you like these videos and decide to take part, well, please go ahead. That's enough of that, guys. We've got a whole bunch of stuff from the community. Guys, before I get into this, I should just see what's going on here real quick. I got too much content. There's too much cool stuff going on. There's way too much that I have to really pick and choose what to throw in the live cast. Jeez, half the people here are throwing out videos like crazy. Tom's here. Hey, Tom, Hammerhead88. I really wish YouTube would do a breakout chat client because it would be a lot nicer for me. I think I'm caught up enough. I think we're good for now, guys. Let's see what else we got. Bunch of stuff from the community. If you don't follow EEV blog, well, I'd kind of be surprised. The Dave Jones EEV blog, he did a great mailbag this week. It's a cool video. I think you'd enjoy it. Flight Test is another channel that I follow that does a lot of RC stuff and really cool stuff. This week they did the first run through the Inspire, the DJI Inspire quadcopter. This thing is wild with articulating landing gear and a full 3-axis, I think it's a 3-axis gimbal on it. I can't remember. You guys can correct me in the chat. Really good video. It's like a consumer version of a crazy quadcopter. Pretty cool. But what I enjoyed even more, they did their Avengers helicarrier video. This was just totally neat. So they basically took and made an aircraft carrier model, but made it fly with quadcopter motors, really big ones. This thing was just eerie to see it in the air. It's just a brute. It's neat to see the technology that we have available off the shelf now, that we can make just foolish things like flying aircraft carriers. Just neat. And it's all made out of foam board mainly too, so it's pretty cool. Dan Vandenhoven, I don't know whether Dan is with us. He was planning on making it here. He's another YouTube channel that I follow, and he did a video on what is ham radio. It was pretty well done. It was a kind of a primer to what is ham radio, and he threw a bit of humor in there. It's really fast-paced, really good video. Check it out. My Free Time Story is another channel I follow on YouTube, have since I started building my sim. He did a really cool sim update on his build. I really like home cockpits. I think there's at least 1 or 2 people in the chat here who have them or are building them. It was pretty darn cool. And I think you guys would enjoy that. I'm seeing the chat go by like crazy, so I'm just going to have a quick look here, guys. Steven said I'm supporting him on Patreon. You can also for just $1. Yeah, Steven is well and beyond. I can't say enough to thank Mr. Steven there. But yes, absolutely, he's right. $1 you can totally do if you guys. I'm not going to say any more about it. If people choose, if they have an extra $1 a month, throw it on there. If you don't, no hard feelings. My content will always be free. And I really enjoy it, my time with you. It just it helps a lot as we start to progress and look at new cameras and PC stuff and more projects. So, Jay said, Eric, I did post, but I'm doing an update on the I2C transfer soon this weekend. I will post an update on the community on Sunday. Thanks, Jay. For those in the chat, Jay Joseph is doing some crazy stuff with the I2C, and I'll let him explain how many Arduinos he's linking together and what he's up to with that. It's crazy stuff. It's going to be pretty cool. I think I'm caught up enough. I'm sure I missed a few guys. BMS Web. I'm not sure whether BMS Web is with us tonight. He was here last weekend. And he did, or they did, it's father and son team, did a follow-up on the 3D FPV goggles. Guys, I'm pretty sure it's hard to do an explanation of for those who don't know, it's 3D goggles, or goggles in general, or goggles we wear on our face and we can see what the plane sees. Well, these are stereoscopic, 2 cameras, and it's essentially supposed to be 3D like our eyeballs. Going to be really, really hard to show on a video. They did a fantastic job. The reaction of their reaction alone is worth watching the video. I think this is a new up-and-coming technology that I'm going to have to explore someday when the price comes down. I doubt anyone's going to donate anything to the channel for these. I'm sure the price is pretty high, but check out their video, and their channel is awesome. BMS Web. I think you guys would enjoy it. Homebrew Brewery. I still got 404 Homebrew not found on the IMP. We found Homebrew. It's in the videos. Homebeer Brewery is a channel I subscribe to. He's working on a Keyser build, which is he convert freezer to keg fridge, and it's a pretty cool update for anybody who likes beer. Most of us think you'd like it. Adafruit Industries, many of you probably already follow Adafruit. If you don't, you should. Awesome YouTube channel. They did their live hangout last week, and it was a really good one, guys. I enjoyed it. Some awesome projects. In the screenshot, I know it'll be hard to see, but he actually took an old Sony, I forget what you even called those TVs way back when. It was a Watchman or something. They were actually I think they were a CRT display, and hooked it up to a Raspberry Pi. It's pretty neat. Anyway, a bunch of good projects. Thurk, actually, I think Thurk might be with us. I'm not sure whether he's still in the chat, but Thurk actually posted to our G Plus community his overhead panel that he's making from scratch for 737 Flight Simulator. Totally cool to see these builds take shape. I really enjoy seeing them. The 737 is an awesome aircraft. I think that's what Steven flies a lot as well. And yeah, cheers on your overhead build. Check that out, guys. Speaking of Steven Kibberton that's in the chat, he also did a video this week on his custom gaming PC build. It's a fully encompassing video of his gaming PC build up. It's definitely a good watch. Neat to see it come together. Really nice build too. Well done video. Cheers, Steven. Awesome job. On that flight sim type topic, a channel that I haven't mentioned before, I'm going to get the name butchered, Purom or Eta. he has used to do some flight sim videos, but he's been big into making handles for throttle quadrants. So for those of us that have simulators, it's very difficult to get a scale throttle system without paying like several $1,000s for it. He's been into making custom handles to slip over the CH throttle and the Cytec units. Cytec is what I have on mine, my 3D printed covers. His are way better, and he did a whole bunch of videos on them where you can buy them. Pretty cool stuff. Before I go into this, I'm just going to try and catch up here, guys, for 2 seconds. I like it better when I get to interact with you guys a little bit more, and I like the content, but I also like just trying to keep up. But yeah, there's so much going on. Tick said flight test rocks. Yes, Tick, totally agree. Flight test, one of my favorite channels. William said, Eric, do you know if there are laws against flying an RC plane with a setup like your sim? William, in my area, I could use my simulator as a ground station. I can't use it direct without doing a lot of mods, but you can do a ground station fully enclosed like that, providing that you have a spotter. The rules in this area, you have to be very careful to stay out of a UAV classification, which is anything that has full autopilot capability. But for our insurance, actually, I just put my card in the car. I carry what's Model Aeronautics Association Canada insurance, and it's for anyone flying RC. It's basically mandatory, but they have provision for FPV now, and it's very clear that you must be in visual range and you must have a spotter. With that said, you could be staring at whatever ground station you want. You can do it as my flight sim in the back of a trailer or in an enclosed space, no problem. Perfect. Let's see if I can go back to catching up here. Comms Prepper's here. Sorry I'm late. Couldn't figure out how to link to the chat. Hey Comms Prepper, good to see you guys. Yet another YouTube channel. I didn't cover it so far tonight. I think I did last week or the week before a Comms Prepper video in here. Hover over his name and you can link to his channel. I always look forward to his videos. William asked, how much is that insurance? William, I can't remember the exact dollar value, but I think it was right around $100 for a year. So, in my opinion, totally reasonable. They only cover you when you fly in within the rules, so no park flying and that kind of stuff. But if something bad happens, they will go to bat for you. Not that long ago, actually, guy actually, it was very unfortunate, not that far from me in London, Ontario. They had an aircraft go out of control and actually hit someone in the head in the crowd, and Mac Insurance was involved and has been looking after the medical and will have to for probably the rest of that guy's life. But yeah, never fly without insurance, guys. Don't even think about it. Get insurance. There's insurance probably in every country in the world. If you're flying RC, just do it. Jay said, hey, it says thank you for your pledge of $1 a month created by Eric. I donated. Hey Jay, thanks. Appreciate the Patreon donation. Really appreciate it. Morwick said, when do we get a video of you on your sim? Yeah, I'm behind on that, and I'll cover it in a little bit. Yeah, sorry guys, I haven't made that video because I've been hiding up everything else. Survival Tech Nord said it's the same here in Finland. And William said, cool, thanks Eric. Good stuff, we're caught up, guys. Close enough. I'm sure I'll miss a dozen more comments, but we'll catch up at the end when we do some live one-on-one chat. Guys, this one might be a channel you're not aware of. Copenhagen Suborbitals. If you're into rocketry, small rocketry, model rocketry, aircraft, anything like that, go check out this channel and check out their website. This is a company that's been pushing the limits of, well, I wouldn't even call them small-scale rockets. These are big rockets. These are man-carrying that out of Copenhagen, Denmark, they've been working on. And this BPM-5 engine they're working on is pretty cool stuff. You can watch it unfold live on their YouTube videos. Really neat. Dirk posted in our G Plus community, which is linked down below, guys, if you don't already know, the ESP8266 web server stuff. He's been working on this code and sharing it quite routinely on the makeme.org site, and I haven't got to try any of it. This is the Wi-Fi chip that we can use for any microcontroller. It also even has GPIO on board, which is general purpose input-output. So basically it is a microcontroller and a Wi-Fi chip. Really looking forward to checking this out, guys. Guys, this is getting into the kind of uber nerdy stuff. I've talked about DEF CON conference before. There was a video I missed. I think this went out about a week ago, maybe. NSA playset, GSM sniffing. So if you're into anything phone related or software defined radios and comm systems, if you want to see the uber level of nerdy, check this talk out. I think it's was 46 minutes long, where they're using SDRs and Kali Linux to sniff past and convert some phones to do things maybe they weren't intended to do. I just found it really cool that you see more and more of the software-defined radios are being used in the, this is maybe not mainstream, but they're being used as tools. And this is actually released mainstream. They made the code available, and they're even selling these kits. So it's pretty cool stuff. Totally not tech related at all. Another YouTube content creator, Walden Work. His name is Sep. If you like outdoors or camping videos or anything like that, guys, check out Walden Work. I really look forward to his videos. He's just always got a smile on his face and always adventuring up a mountain, going silly places. Not tech related, but a good YouTube channel I always enjoy. Guys, this one was a little bit funny. Actually, I'm just going to catch up to the comments here real quick. Maybe. Brandon asks, is there insurance for a high altitude balloon? Yes, I had to put, how did I do that? I actually went through my local insurance company, and it was a rider on my house insurance that only covered very specific things, not including taking down an aircraft, but basically you could do comprehensive in case the thing landed on somebody's car windshield. Glitch loves DEF CON. Absolutely, I love DEF CON too. And Glitch said he'd been talking to Darren at Hack 5, maybe getting a Hack RF soon. So guys, the Hack RF is a software-defined radio, not unlike this, except bigger and with transmit capability. So you can transmit on the entire range. It's craziness. Really cool. And Morwick said this dude's crazy camping in the snow. Yeah, he is. So this one came up. So what I do, guys, this came up last week in our chat. Some people were asking, one person in particular asked, how do I find YouTube channels like my own? So FYI, guys, first off, you can hover over anyone's name in the chat right now and get a direct link to their YouTube channel. Odds are there's a significant portion of the people watching this show and commenting that have their own YouTube channels, and most, I'll say all of them are worth following. I think everyone in here I follow. But that's a really good place to do it. But there's one other place. If you have your own YouTube channel, in the back end, you can see people that are subscribed to you. I snoop this regularly. I try and make a point at least every 2 weeks of looking at the people that have subscribed to me. And you can see how many subscribers they've got. So if they have like 1 to 10 or whatever, odds are they probably don't even have a channel. And I'll be honest, I probably don't look at it. But if they have any more than like 50, I almost always check out their channel. So I ran across this Miss Perry channel, and I'm not sure whether you managed to join us tonight. But I noticed he'd subscribed, almost the same amount of subscribers I have. And I check out his channel, and it's very similar to my own. He's into embedded systems, playing with Arduino and electronics and all kinds of cool stuff. I didn't see if he had amateur radio or flying things to space, but I'm an oddball like that. So I hit him up today and said, thanks for subscribing. Otherwise, I wouldn't have found your channel. YouTube's never suggested it to me. So long way around there. I managed to find him today by spotting him in the back end, and that's one other way that you can find people with cool channels. This one went out today, guys. TED conferences, totally cool. I love TED. If you want to feel better about the world, watch some TED videos. There's always something inspirational. Today, I saw them put out brain-to-brain communication has arrived and how we did it. This was really cool. Miguel covered a lot of stuff on the Brazil World Cup kickoff, where they had, in a very short time, put a huge team of people together to do brain interface to allow someone without lower body control to do the initial kickoff. I have a bit of a history in this, as some of you know. I've been really interested in the brain interfaces, and I made one. I hacked a MindFlex headset and interfaced it to the robot arm I made. I had really good luck with it for such a cheap item. Things like this get me excited when I see technology and how far it's come. They have this guy full on standing up, kicking a ball, really, really cool. And then it goes in at the end to how they did brain to brain communication, not just brain to machine. Crazy world we live in, guys. The stuff that's on the horizon right now, I can't even fathom it, but it's exciting. Catch up on the chat here real quick, guys. Oh, I missed a lot, so I won't even try and catch up on all of it. Glitch said, also for satellite-related things, I'll be working on a cryogenic temperature-capable testing chamber for material and electronics testing. Very cool. Survival Tech Nord says, hovering doesn't work on mobile devices. Good point, sir. You definitely can't hover over someone's name on mobile. I didn't even think of that. Jay said, Erica, my dad is better, had some surgery and other things, but a little better now. Good stuff. Jay also said he watches Miss Perry a lot, an awesome channel. Well, I hadn't even seen it since until today, so it was a good find. If you guys find channels like that we all find interesting, please don't be shy about sharing them in the G Plus community. I think a lot of us have similar interests, so we'd love to see them. Someone says $1 beer where? I don't know, not in Canada. You're not going to get a $1 beer here unless you make it yourself. Steven said you need to post the links to all these YouTube accounts on the G Plus page so we can take a look. Yep, Steven, I will attempt after the broadcast to share a lot of these out on the G Plus page because I know it's hard to find a lot of them, and I'll be honest, I usually try and get some of it out beforehand, like through the week, but I'm totally behind today, and I didn't get any of them posted. And Leroy said, not that much of an oddball, or maybe we are all a little bit of an oddball. Yeah, I agree. William asked, any progress on the Wi-Fi Arduino? Nope. I haven't done anything with the Wi-Fi Arduino. I did play with the imp a little bit and tried some different code on it this week, and then I just put it back to this code. And guessing some other people probably had some better luck than me. Okay, guys, I think we're caught up. What are we doing for time here? Oh, man, 43 minutes in. We're going to run a little long tonight, guys. I wish I could see the stats, how many are watching. Oh, well, whatever. My end on the YouTube window doesn't update, so I can never be sure. Bobby's Bitcoin beer somebody just sent through. Good stuff. What else we got, guys? Oh, this one's a little funny. Feed the Trolls section. So this week also, Dave Jones put out a video that I thought was just fantastic. Called it Free Energy Bullshit. And I like seeing this get out there because I see a lot of these free energy things. Not really going to knock the jewel thief stuff because that's just a cool way to get more energy out of something that was destined for landfill. But when people are claiming that they got free energy out of whatever system, physics doesn't agree, guys. So Dave spends a whole bunch of time oh, let's see, 45 minutes long of a video, and disproves this thing and proves the physics behind how they were getting a bunch of LEDs to light up for a really long time on low current. It's actually basic stuff. While I was watching this, I probably shouldn't even share this, but I thought a little funny. While I was watching this, a comment came through on my RC transmitter LiPo mod, how to modify any transmitter with a LiPo. So a while back I did this video on this transmitter. What I did is I put a 2-cell LiPo on, but I also put a buck converter in the transmitter to regulate the voltage. And I get this comment. It was a little bit funny. Great video, but when you take it apart, look at the board where plus and minus to the left, it says 6 to 13 volts. Well, actually, guys, it didn't say 6 to 13 volts on mine. In the transmitter, it says 6 volts on it. With that in mind, I do know that there's an onboard voltage regulator, but I won't say any more about that just yet. So he goes on. He says, so you don't need a BEC regulator. You can wire two 7.4 volts straight. That's what I did. Before I finish that sentence, I'll say it's exactly why I didn't do it. I have no doubt mine is actually the same, up to a 13 volt, probably onboard regulator. But guys, as YouTube content creators, we have a little bit of a duty to do no harm. And I have no doubt that I could probably do it. I looked at the regulator and looked at the chipset, but is everybody's transmitter the same? Am I going to risk everyone's transmitters out there by putting out a how-to video and torch half of them? I'm not doing that. No way. This guy goes on. He says, the extra voltage, you get longer range. Really? So this guy seemed quite certain that the extra voltage he was applying to the board, which has a voltage regulator on board regulating it down, was going to give him longer range. I just shake my head, and at the end of the day, I'll be honest, I did not reply to this guy. I don't. This wasn't even trolling. This is just misinformation and foolishness. So I didn't reply. But it actually went on from there. The guy responded again moments later. I hadn't said anything. Yours must be an older rev. Mine is printed on PCB 60 to 13 volts. Anyway, you can take the BEC regulator off and use it in another project. Not sure if a 3S will fry it. Not sure if a 3-cell LiPo will fry it. Good thing you're not making YouTube videos, because it very well might on who knows how many revisions of boards. So I didn't respond to this dude at all. You guys feel free if you want to go to my LiPo conversion video. This went on. He commented 2 more times. So 22 minutes, 27 minutes, 31 minutes, 32 minutes. Guys, I just shake my head at this stuff. I just laugh. We have a duty as content creators to try to, whenever possible, not put out bad information that can harm people's stuff. That's counterproductive. Why would you want to do that? Admittedly, I do things with the Nokia 5110 LCDs, and I outlined them early on. I do run this display on 5 volts when it's a 3.3 volt. I lay it out very clearly in the early videos. Maybe I don't clear it enough. At the end of the day, if they fry that, they're at $2.25. I'll be damned if I'm going to take a chance and kill somebody's $100 transmitter. That's my rant for Feed the Trolls today. Maybe I'll leave that segment off in the future, because I try and avoid the negative stuff. Morwick said you can just make it a 2-hour show. We might actually. I'm going to try not to do that, though. Steven said, haha, I watched that video on EV blog and it was funny as hell. Yeah, he gets worked up. It was great. Lots of that was funny. And Glitch says, let's just make things smoke, why don't we? Yeah, totally agree. Guys, remember I'm a little bit behind on the comments. Steven said, so pushing more voltage will give more range. Really? Where did he go to school? Totally agree, Steven. Total joke. Survival Technor, totally agree. There's a huge responsibility when doing how-to videos. Unfortunately, there is no stupid filter for those special people. Yeah, I try not to feed the trolls, but I do get a kick out of it, how many there are and how much misinformation there is. And sometimes those videos do get popular, the ones with misinformation. I don't make a point of pointing that out in the comments, though. I guess probably should, but I never leave negative comments. I'd rather just keep my mouth shut. Probably should, though, and point out some of the ones when they really could damage people's stuff. It's kind of crappy. Thurk said, hopefully he's not watching. Actually, I kind of hope he is, because people like that should really learn. Like, I'm not singling him out, and I don't want to make anybody feel bad, because maybe he just doesn't know any better. If you're posting loud comments on a video and you're just plain wrong and tell people to do dumb things, you probably should be singled out. Glitch said the buck converter made me wonder if it could cause interference. Actually, Glitch, the buck converter I used is essentially the same chipset that's already on the board. I didn't go into that in the video. Again, I don't dig into things when we only got a few minutes to make a video. I don't go in that far in depth, but that buck converter had the same chipset, essentially. The one on the board, not nearly as good. Actually, if you measure the output from it, it was actually pretty cruddy, but yeah. Marwick said, stupid filter, I can use that. Hamrad said, you gotta love it. Glitch said, that is all I will say about how-to videos. Most people ignore them, but they will save your arse in a legal battle. And Comms Prepper says, I recommend licensing because it gives people a means to practice and learn, thus being prepared for an emergency. Yeah, some good conversation going on the amateur radio. Absolutely, guys. Steven said, everyone can make mistakes. We all have been there and done it. Each person has also learned something from their mistakes. Totally agree. I don't want to single anyone out for their mistakes, but yeah, I make them all the time, and I'm thankful when people actually correct me and set me on the right path. Absolutely. All right, guys, I think we're up. There's a random gobbledygook coming through on the imp. Actually, I think we crashed it. I'm just going to reboot the instant message device here. I see a line on the bottom of the LCD, and that shouldn't be there. I think we killed it. I think they're yeah, that's better. We're back to 15 watching, so we're all good. Let's see. I just gotta have a quick look and see where I'm at, because we're gonna open the Skype lines pretty soon. If we're getting pretty close to the end. I think yeah, we got one more segment and then we'll open up the Skype lines. Guys, my Skype username is right up there if you want to add in. You can add me on Skype, and you can call in if you like. But I'll open those up momentarily. Let's go. Got some stuff from the shop, guys. Oh, jeez, everybody's spamming the imp again. Guys, this is some stuff from the shop from last week. I didn't get out a lot of videos. I did start making a pile, though. We did get a viewer feedback show out on the 21st. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was nice to give you guys some feedback. Really enjoyed the questions and some kind words from everyone out there. It seemed that the Bitcoin rig was well received. I did get a mailbag out, and I missed. So there was 5 more envelopes came the next day. So I've been going a little nutty on eBay purchases there. There were some really good prices out of China, and God, you guys are spamming the heck out of the imp. There were some really good prices, so I thought most of it had come in, and I truthfully lost track of my list, and there was even more, but I did get the video out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had some 5 volt to 3 volt logic or power voltage regulators. I had some high-speed diodes. Actually, the high-speed diodes are for the Arduino satellite, so I can join 2 transmitters together. I'll try and do a video on that soon. And there was a bunch of other stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And we've got a sneak peek coming up, guys. I'm just going to have a quick look. Jay said, I make a lot of mistakes myself, but learning from them makes me feel better. That's how we all learn. Anyone who says, I won't even Won't even say it. We all learn from our mistakes, or we should. Otherwise, we're doomed to repeat them. And I enjoy learning from my mistakes because I almost never forget them. It's not fun when they're catastrophic, but as we get older, we make less catastrophic ones. Steven said, "Yeah, we crashed the imp. Yeah, it is actually really going nuts right now. I wonder if I can catch that." And of course, the minute I show it, it stops flashing. Figures. Now it'll go nuts 10 seconds from now when you guys see that. But yeah, it's been going crazy. Yeah, there it goes. What else we got? Steven shared the Skype name. Good stuff. Thanks, Steven. William asks, did you do a vid on making the imp? No, I didn't. I owe you guys imp videos too. It's really basic code, and I don't know whether I shared the code in our makeme.org website forum. I might have. I can't remember. I know I sent it to someone, but I can't remember. Hamrad88, what China suppliers do you use? Tom, I did a whole video on this, and at the end of the day, I don't use specific suppliers by name. What I do is I go to eBay, I search for the component. Most of the time it's Arduino components or SDR. I search for buy it now and free shipping. And then in the left-hand side, there's a nifty little tool that allows you to search by more options and go down and find top-rated sellers only. And you will never ever fail with a top-rated seller. The prices are always the best, bar none. They're the cheapest, and they will bend over backwards to make sure it is right. The shipping is always, like, it may not be the fastest shipping when you're getting from Hong Kong or China. It's not overnight, but it is faster than most of the 1 month lead times. And if it doesn't show up, they will either credit your money back or have a new one air freighted the next day, because to protect their top rated seller status, they need basically 100% positive feedback. Those are the people I buy from. I do try and buy local whenever I can though, but local pricing on stuff for these electronic components is just out of control. Yeah, that's my answer on that. Survival Tech Nord said, Comms Prepper, I've noticed you getting a lot of bad feedback for promoting licensing. Don't get discouraged. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with Survival Tech. Don't get discouraged. I think it should be something that is probably promoted. Hamrad said, I'm getting emails from Banggood. Any good? Lots of people get stuff from Banggood all the time. Tons of people in the RC stuff. And I was originally setting up with Banggood to get RC stuff, but I didn't have a big enough channel for that. They wanted to send me some electronics. I sent them some information, and I never heard back, and I never pursued it. So I have purchased from them once or twice. So yeah. Steven said he uses Banggood. Absolutely. Survival Tech said, I purchased a few radios from Banggood. Never a problem. Excellent. William asked, where do you get the server for the imp? The server is actually provided to you by Electric Imp when you buy them. You get, you set up a login, you add the device ID, and you get, I forget what the RAM space is on their server to run your code on their servers. And it'll last until, well, as long as they last, I guess. They're doing a lot of work with big industrial companies, so hopefully they stick around. And otherwise, we'll just have to hack it and run our own servers, which I think would be really cool. And let's see what else we got. Jay said, Eric, I see smoke from your ears. Law, just kidding. Steven said, you did share it on there. I got the message from you after I asked about the imp. Good stuff. I'm glad I did post the imp code then, so you guys can find it there. And Hamrad said, good advice. And Morwick said, Banggood is sexy. Good stuff, guys. All right, let's do a sneak peek, and then we'll open up the Skype lines. Guys, this came up, I can't even remember who I was talking to about this week. I think it was Morwick, actually. I'm going to try and do some small giveaways. We can't go too crazy, guys. We don't have a massive community. We can't give away like really cool monster stuff, but Let me know what you guys think. Throw it in the chat down below if you're interested in doing some giveaways on the channel. Maybe I can do like Arduino components or something. It won't be really often, but I like the idea of giving something back, and it's been a while since we've done one. So we just have to be a little careful. On YouTube, it's funny, believe it or not, about the rules of giveaways. We have to tread very lightly if we're going to do this, because yeah, they have a whole raft of rules that I didn't know about, and we don't want to violate any of those. But I'd like to do a giveaway on the channel, guys. Post it in the chat. Let me know what you think, guys. I got a video. This one took me a few nights to cut. As some of you know, we have low Earth orbit ham radio satellites flying over constantly, my favorite of which is the SO50, the Saudi Sat 1C, the Sierra Oscar 50. I went out and caught 3 passes of this, none of which were good passes. So what I did is I edited them together and made a video for you guys. There's some other videos like this on my channel. One is done really well for views, so I'm guessing people out there liked seeing it. And yeah, that one is cut. I just have to do the final edits, load it. You will see that soon. Another one I've got in the works, I have a project in mind. I need a gas sensor, so I have these MQ2. They do for natural gas, smoke, and I think carbon monoxide sensors. I'm going to do a quick how-to video. What I'm thinking is I am going to break some of these videos down into small pieces and just do really quick little bites of how to interface the sensor and share the code out, and try and keep them a little bit short, easy to edit, easy to work with. And we are getting closer to the end here, so I might try and just open up the Skype lines now, and I will also try and catch up on the chat before we carry on. A little too much pre-made content tonight, guys, I think, but I think I'm keeping up pretty good on the chat. Morwick says gimme. Excellent. William said that'd be cool. Morwick said that would. Thurk said yay, giveaway. Excellent. ZX Flea, has anyone really been far even as decided to use even, what the hell? Lost me. Survival Tech Nord says, I think giveaways might bring people who want free stuff rather than people who come for the great content. Totally agree. Survival Tech Nord, I think you have a very valid point there, but I think if people come that just want a free giveaway, that's fine too, as long as it doesn't take away from the people who maybe deserve it, that give back. Yeah, I like our community. I like having it the size we have it now. It is getting bigger, faster, really fast in some cases, but I don't think we're ever going to stop that. All right, I'm just going to plug this in quick, and hopefully I'll be able to actually tell if there was a Skype call. Guys, I'm going to turn the Skype to the online status, and we'll carry on. Let's see where we're at. Thurk said, saw a video of someone who made a fart-powered TV remote with one of those. Very cool. Or completely insane, one of the above. Flying Murph said, I would like to see some of those gas sensors on an airplane for high altitude data. Yep, absolutely could. I don't know what you're going to see up there because they're not O2 sensors. You can buy the O2 sensor version though, I'm sure. I think they're quite expensive though. In my experience, in my industrial work, in my day job, we do use gas sensors for confined space. They are quite pricey in comparison, but yeah. Why the heck? All right. Tick says, Eric, where did you get your electric imp? I got the electric imp right from Electric Imp themselves. I emailed them and said, hey, I have a channel. I would like to grab one of your projects or products. I couldn't find a local distributor, and they hooked me up. Perfect. Guys, I think we are caught up with that. Sorry, guys. So the Skype line is open. You guys should be able to call at will. I won't be typing in there. Just go ahead and call. Guys, the Lear Flight Sim, I owe you a video on that. We touched on it earlier. I do owe you a flight video on this, and it is coming. I just have to get around to doing it. I'm way late. Projects Without Borders, actually, up above my head, I have a whiteboard. I'm working on this quite a lot. For anyone who saw the previous broadcasts, you might have heard of this, but what I want to do is take the Arduino stuff and the electronics and do something that might be of benefit to someone who is not with first world problems. We have these crazy powerful microcontrollers and all this great stuff we can do, and I just can't help but think that we can do better and maybe share some of this technology with people who don't have access to it. But the tricky part is I don't want to solve a problem that doesn't exist. So I just, along the lines with the Without Borders projects, I just called it Projects Without Borders. If you guys are up for collaborating on that, please let me know. I think between all of us, the crazy amount of brain power that's in the chat right now, I can't even fathom what we could build. But yeah, and I am getting Skype messages, guys. I'm not going to type back in Skype. The Skype line is open, so just go ahead and call. More RC FPV stuff coming up. Actually, I'm going to do I have some flight test swappables models, and I would like to do some videos on those, as well as the FPV build, which is totally behind as well. The Arduino failsafe, guys, this one I am slacking on only because I'm struggling a little bit with the code. I haven't even built the hardware yet, but I'm trying to get enough resolution as through the Arduino to do a really good job on the failsafe. It'll work perfectly for what I want right now, but what I want is to make it a little bit better so people can use it for other systems. We've got a call coming in, guys. I'm going to connect him right now. G'day, sir. Oh, maybe we lost him. Yeah, we did. I hit go. Weird. Duration. 1 second. I didn't hang up on him. Must have dropped his connection. Warwick, you're going to have to call back, I guess. Don't know why that didn't connect, buddy. So in the meantime, while we're waiting for him to call back, the Arduino failsafe definitely on the way. It just, I need to make it better before I release it to you guys. And I'm going to catch up with the chat. Kill that. We're going to move some monitor stuff around. And let's see, maybe Marwick got the boot from his internet connection or something. Weird. Alright, guys, I think 0.0 dropped frames the entire night. Man, our internet connection's doing really good tonight, guys. There. Let's try that again. Good day, sir.
Good day, sir. How are you?
I am excellent. And you?
Oh, doing mighty fine, mighty fine. Hey, I want to touch base on a few things.
Good stuff.
All right, so I know you're all pumped up about Bitcoin. Okay, let's look at the reality of this. The guys who scammed the owner of Facebook for what, like 160 million?
Mount Gox?
Yep. No. The twins. We're going back to the beginning of Facebook.
Yeah.
They're actually the
Winklevosses.
Yes. They're actually the one that have been driving this whole Bitcoin regulation thing. Come to find out, these guys have dumped about $10 million in Bitcoin. So, guess what? Your bank will now take Bitcoin, potentially. You could buy Bitcoin with MasterCard and Visa. That's what comes with regulation. But what goes away is Bitcoin as we know it.
Yeah, but what we covered earlier in the news was not regulation. It was a currency exchange.
No, no, no,
Big
no, no.
difference.
Today, the SEC, the Securities Exchange Commission, actually said that they will start regulating Bitcoin.
Oh, that's fine. I don't live in the U.S.
Okay, I hear you. But let's face it, most first world countries, they'll follow whatever the U.S. does, via financial regulation or any other kind of regulation most of the time. Plus, it would be a way for big business to be able to monetize now off something that they haven't been able to touch. So I'm kind of bummed out about that. Hey, the other thing I wanted to talk about was a mesh Wi-Fi Arduino router we talked about.
Okay.
I know exactly why it's not there now. It's just the Atmega chip cannot handle the data.
Okay.
I mean, it cannot handle 15 meg.
Okay.
You have to offload that to another chip, like another board or shield. And in my opinion, you kind of lose the purity of it. I don't know. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't have the experience with it. I haven't tried to do anything crazy high speed with an Arduino. I just haven't needed to. Like we touched on before. I think Jay is actually Joseph in the chat is doing actually more with them than what I have ever seen done. I'm not sure whether he's doing a mesh or whether it's mainly relay, but he's doing some long distance comm. I haven't even heard of people doing that because most of these projects that we deal with, they're snail's pace. They're like you get by at 1 update per second on most of this data. And
I'm right there with you. But what about being able to take, something like the new Intel board, where the new Intel board across the spectrum has blown away Raspberry Pi and BeagleBone and Arduino, even the new Arduino developer board blows it away.
Yeah.
So with specs, So
do you remember the name of that Microsoft board? Because truthfully, I've forgotten it.
The Edison.
Is it the Edison?
Yeah, they had the Galileo, which was the first one that had the NIC on board, and then they went to that crazy connector, the Edison, and it's like this insane connector you have to have a baseboard for. But that board blows away all these other maker boards by far. So I wonder if that wouldn't be a platform to build a mesh network type system onto.
Yeah, so look at it this way, though, too. You got to remember what the purpose of these things are, and they are generally for prototyping and working with pretty goofy, smaller projects. If you want to go to commercial into making some crazy throughput into mesh networks, why not just call China and have it made?
Well, I'm right there with you. It's already out, the Theros chipset. It'll pass 800 meg.
So, and it's probably in a single chip solution too, right?
It is, and it's
so why even look at a microcontroller? Why not stay with a single chip solution?
Because to me, with the microcontroller, if I would be able to push not only a small data stream of the temperature or a light detector, but also be able to hook, let's say, some HD surveillance cameras up, or some microphone, or let's say I want to be able to attach this to an input to a web application that would ultimately tie into my phone. You have to have bandwidth.
Yeah.
You look at these routers that do this, I mean, they're just small Linux boards. Why not even bring it down to a smaller denominator where now you can even control the I/O? To me, that's where this really gets sexy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. All right, man. Cool. Thanks, Eric. Great show.
Thanks, buddy. Good luck. Good luck in your build. I want to see these crazy projects. I'd like to see. I know we've talked offline, and I know what you have in mind, and I'm actually a little excited to see it because it's going to be some pretty cool stuff, guys.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Eric. Great show. And for everyone in the community, I look forward to doing a community project.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear that. I just actually spotted a few comments in the chat just now, and I saw a lot of people. Yep, they're in. Cool. Can't wait to put
Awesome.
our resources together. We just got to figure out what we're going to build, guys.
Amen, guys. Let's get to it. Have a good night, sir. Bye-bye.
Cheers, sir. Bye. Excellent. Even Skype asked me to rate the call. Hey, let's click the excellent button. Does that make some of these silly ads go away in Skype? Question of the day. Let's see what else we've got in the chat. Make sure that I'm not dropping frames and doing silly things. We're at 1 hour, 24 minutes, guys. We got a little bit more time. If anybody else wants to call in via Skype, please don't be shy. I definitely don't have to go on video unless you want to. You can just do an audio and no problem. Glitch says more control over the code and more GPIO. So this must be with the Intel Edison. And we've got another call, guys. G'day, Joseph.
Hey, Eric, how's everything going?
It's going excellent for a Monday. I'm having a blast. And you?
Well, after that little scary news earlier about my father not making it, turn around, he is going to make it, so I'm happy about that.
That would make anyone happy. Glad to hear that, sir.
Yep, I wanted to actually comment on the mesh network he was talking about a few minutes ago there.
Yep.
What I'm actually doing is I am actually doing the NRF24L01 Plus module on the Arduino. But as of first, what I was doing was I was just pushing sensors like temperature sensors and everything through it, only on the short distance, about a couple hundred feet straight line of sight. But as the time goes, I actually pushed text messaging through it, like an old school kind of texting.
Yep.
But I got a little further range, about 1,500 to 1,700 feet.
That's a little further.
Then I found out some of these range extenders, RF range extenders, 2.4 gigahertz, can handle this module.
Excellent.
But the problem was that I had to buy the NRF24L01 Plus module with the SMA external antenna on them to run these range extenders.
Okay.
As I did that, I got about 1.5 miles out of it. Because I had to have two of them, two the NRF modules on one Arduino, because of it was just relaying in and out, back and forth. They couldn't do one on one single module. It kept crashing it. So I had to break it up, like acting more like of a repeater than anything else. But now I'm actually at the point where I actually send text within over 40 miles distance. Right now I'm at.
It's a long way.
I have about 20 repeaters along the way in a straight line.
I think you need to white paper that and put it in the community so we can take part.
Yeah, it was for a work project I was doing for a customer of mine, but it didn't work out too well. So I actually took it one step further, and I'm into the voice part of it right now. But there is some delay. I have about 18-second delay between talking from my end to another end.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at right now. It's trying to buffer it faster to get that delay out of there. That's where I'm at. So my main goal right now is to hit the 100-mile mark.
That's a pretty ambitious goal.
But I found some new technology that will interact with the Arduino and the NRF module that will do that. So hopefully, I just ordered some stuff. So by next weekend, I should hit the 100-mile mark. I hope in 360 degrees.
Excellent. I'm pretty sure we all share the same sentiment that we'd all like to see that. So if you could post that up or share us a video, that'd be awesome.
I'm not really good at videos. If somebody's channel, I'm not really good at posting stuff on but I will post some content, some sketches. When I first started with the text messaging, just from one NRF to another. I'll post some of that stuff and some of the other stuff until I work out the kinks with the audio stuff. I'm still working on the coding for that.
Please do. That'd be greatly appreciated. I think we'd all enjoy it.
Yeah, I unlike a lot of people say, Arduino does have its limitations when it comes to things, but I do agree on that. But I'm more of a fan of the hardware side of it, of what it can do, and the ranges it can do on the NRF modules.
Good.
So that's pretty much all I gotta say. And
Lots of repeaters, lots of modules, good fun.
well,
Should be good.
well, I'm more of like I'm taking it off repeaters and making them into a mesh network cell tower.
Yeah.
What that's going to do is drop it from about 20 so little repeaters, micro repeaters, down to 4 towers.
Okay.
Of 100-mile range.
Well, please share some of that as it progresses. I think we'd all love to see it.
Yeah, I am going to post something this weekend coming up as I finish the as I finish up the I squared C stuff. And yeah, I did reach my mark of 126 Pro Minis last night.
Oh, good stuff.
Linking them together with sensors. So anyway, that's pretty much all it. And I will post some of it this weekend coming up, some of the codes and stuff.
Excellent, sir. Appreciate that.
All right, well,
glad your dad is doing good.
Thank you.
Have a great Monday, sir.
You too.
Bye. Excellent, guys. Good to hear from you. Joseph's up to all kinds of fun, pushing the limits. Should be interesting. There was Comms Prepper posted a comment, and this kind of content is something he knows a lot about. And he says, check out amateur radio meshing with the Linksys routers that take advantage of the 13 centimeter band Broadband ham net. I only saw, actually, I think it was actually on one of the DEF CON talks on that. If you have any links, Comms Prepper, please just throw them in the G Plus community or just send it to me, whatever. I was really intrigued by that, and yeah, it's something I know you know a lot about. Guys, Skype lines are still open. We're gonna wind it down here before too long. If anyone else wants to call in, please do, guys. Laughing Logic asks, do you use an OSD with your FPV setup? Yes, I have an OSD. It's a Cyclops Tornado. There will be a video on it coming up. I had it all laid out on the bench, and I was going to try and do an overview video of it, and I had to move it to fix something. I had to tear something apart and repair it for someone. I don't even remember what it was, but I needed my whole workbench, and I never put the thing back together. But yeah, there'll be a video on that coming up. And William said buffering. Glitch said ZombieNet. Morwick and Joseph are back and forth. Lots of good information. Comms Prepper, broadbandhamnet.org. Actually, because I can't copy and paste or do much right now, if anyone wants to copy and paste that into the G Plus community, I would greatly appreciate it. That would be awesome, guys. Remember, these comments that you guys are seeing, this chat box goes away after the live video, so I cannot go back and get this stuff. So, and I have enough on my plate here just keeping up with the cast, so I can't go adding videos. Miss Perry is here. Hello, sorry I am late, but I had to do dinner and clean up. Glad you made it, buddy. Actually, we covered your channel at length. You might want to go back and watch the earlier part of the broadcast, but you won't be able to see the comments. There was other people in here that were following your channel. Love it so far, guy. Awesome stuff. ZX Flea said, Eric, has anyone really been far even as decided to... yeah. Again with that? I don't know what you're even attempting there. Yeah. If you continue to spam that in the chat, you will be removed. And Comms Prepper, a few videos showing linking Cisco VoIP phones. Yeah, totally cool. And Stephen asks, what did you want copying, Eric? Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. I have not heard Skype get angry at me in the last few minutes, so I don't think we got any fresh calls. I am signed in under the right account, because otherwise we wouldn't have had those calls. Bobby said, my chat window broke. For crying out loud. Bobby, we had to send search parties out across the internet for you last week. You have no end of trouble lately. No good. And ZX Fleece said, you are mean. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Actually, I don't think you're going to find anybody mean here at all, really. And all right, I think we are just gotta figure out. I think I only have maybe one or two more things here, guys. Oh, I did have something I forgot. We didn't get to the tech tip. Let's keep up on the chat, see what's going on. Lots of good stuff, lots of radio chatter, good stuff. A lot of radio experts here tonight. It's awesome. Guys, we got our tech tip of the week. This week, we're going to go with a software-based tech tip. Guys, this one's really basic, but it's one of my favorite programs that I have ever found. I love it on my PC. Everybody works with text files. A lot of us work with Arduino and code. There's a program called Notepad++. You can get it at notepadplusplus.org, I believe. It's free. Completely free, and it is an awesome editing program. I think they have it for all platforms. It understands code. It has some great search function. It's good for dealing with normal docs. You can't fail. If you do any programming or any text editing, you will love this program. I can't say enough about it. And just give it a try. There's no malware, no crap in it. It's just a good program. I often do my Arduino editing of the C++ code within it now instead of the Arduino IDE. It's actually, I find it easier. It's good stuff. Let's see what we got in the chat. Glitch says, do we need to flush the tubes again for you, Bobby? Yeah, everyone was helping Bobby through some tech stuff last week. William said, same. Notepad++ is the bomb. Yeah, I totally agree. Jay said same thing. Guys, I guess I'm preaching to the choir here. You guys already had this program and love it as much as I do. I really love when you get a good quality piece of freeware, especially when I'm pretty sure it's freeware. I don't even remember being asked for a donation for it, although I will donate to them. I should look into that. Somebody remind me to look into that, because I think I owe them some money for all the productivity that program's given me. It's awesome. Miss Perry said Notepad++ looks cool. I have used Programmer's Notepad myself, and it is pretty cool. Yeah, give it a try. If you're already using a Programmer's Notepad, you might not find it all that advantageous because you might be used to yours, but who knows, maybe it's better. I've never used those. I went right from the different IDEs and programming environments to using Notepad++. I don't think we have any Skype calls yet. Yep, let's get that. Put that over there. Some closing thoughts, guys. Entirely not tech related. I'm going to try and close down on just something random each week, something that's on my mind. Guys, maybe you saw this video. This video has been making the rounds for, I think, the last 7 days. A guy named Bradley posted it. Racism and bullying in Prior Lake, Minnesota. Actually, we've got probably one or two people not far from there in the chat. This is a frustrated father with an African-American stepdaughter, or not stepdaughter, daughter, adopted daughter. There was some bullying and some totally unacceptable behavior, and he tried to follow the channels and tried to deal with it. At the end of it all, he didn't get too far with parents, and he ended up posting a video online, which I don't necessarily agree with. He identified the parent of these bullying girls, and it turned out he ended up losing his job over it, supposedly, according to the news. But at the end of the day, he took a stand against racism, bullying, unacceptable behaviors. Guys, I think a lot of us here have probably grown up, maybe we weren't the most popular people at school. Generally, the kind of nerdy folk aren't. I came from a family without a lot of money. I maybe didn't wear the nicest clothes at school, and I ended up transferring schools and was not well received. I also had red hair and freckles, so I can relate to a lot of this, and I like when people try and take a stance against this behavior in today's day and age. It is totally unnecessary. With that said, mind you, going online and identifying them maybe not the best approach, but the general public has latched onto this. You can check out the comments. People went wild. It went 5 million views inside of a week, so maybe there is some support for people stop treating other people like crap. There is no need for it in today's day and age. I know this is a departure for a tech channel, but I think it's something that needs said. If you're raising children, please take the time to make sure that they're not doing this behavior. It doesn't help anyone, and there's no need for it today. We have a borderless world, a connected world. No need for foolishness anymore. That's all I'll say about that. I think most of the people here might just agree with that sentiment, and I wish you the best of luck with such things and your families. I'm sure everyone will be fine. Maybe please don't post anti-anyone videos online unless it's absolutely necessary. All right. Let's see what else we've got in the chat. Guys, I'm going to shut it down here pretty soon, so if you feel like calling in, please. And if I can get the chat to keep up. Jay said, Herrick, did you look at the imp link I sent? Yeah, yes, I did. Jay, I checked that out. I thought I responded to you. It looks great. It was pretty cool. Miss Perry, it's store-bought, I'm afraid. I don't know whether that was about my beer. Oh! Did Eric say what brew he was drinking? Yeah, yeah. Store-bought. I ran out of CO2 in my kegerator, and my nice keg of fresh home brew is slowly going flat. If I try and pour any, I'll just kill it, and it'll take me another day to recarbonate it, which is not good for beer. What else we got? Bobby said, I'm going to say goodnight to Eric and you guys before something else breaks down. All right, thanks, Bobby. He has a rough one. I thought I had computer problems. Steven said, yeah, the feed has stopped. Miss Perry said it keeps buffering, and Steven said, just give it a minute. It's weird, guys. I am still feeding at 0 dropped frames for 1 hour, 41 minutes, 33 seconds. Damn. YouTube kicked our ass. Sorry about that, guys. If you're, yeah. Steven said it's all good on my side now. Well, that's good that it caught up. It's pretty rare, actually, that I hear of a massive problem on the YouTube end of the feed. In all honesty, I would have expected it to be on my end. It still could be between me and the server in a way, but odds are it's on the other end. Not much I can do about it. So guys, I think we are going to shut this down here shortly. That was my rant for tonight. I really enjoyed my time with you. I'm going to see if I can just double check the chat and see if I can catch an idea of how many people are actually in there without getting the video to play on me. Yeah, we've got 12 people. And yeah, even the chat's being funny here, guys. Yeah, if you want to get a message through, you can send it on the imp. And William said, yep, back on. YouTube had a hiccup. That's all right. Glad it wasn't on my end. We're at 1 hour 42 minutes, guys. We're going to shut it down here shortly. Really appreciate all you guys joining. I had a blast with you. This was a lot of fun. And Jay said the little red light on the feed went away. Yeah, I had no doubt it died. And Survival Tech Nord, back to bed for me. Thanks, everyone. See you all next week. Cheers, buddy. Jay said bullying sucks. And everyone's shutting her down. Guys, I don't think we're going to get any more Skype calls tonight. I think we are good. Really appreciate my time with you. Good luck in all your projects, electronics, your ventures, your online escapades, whatever it may be. Really enjoy this time with you, and thanks for watching.